Hello guys, my name is Kha'Zix, and today I'm gonna show you my jungle guide. This is more than a jungle guide. I'm gonna show you my build path, my runes, my masteries, and some tips and tricks, like small tips and tricks how you can play the jungle right now in Season 7. This is important, so if you're watching this in Season 8, like one year, this won't probably work. But let's go right into the items. So the items are pretty straightforward. I really like the lethality. Even if the lethality was a nerf to Kha'Zix, the lethality items are really good. So in the early game I start with Hunter's Talisman or Hunter's Machete. I'm gonna explain why I start with Hunter's Talisman or Hunter's Machete. It's a little bit different between strategies. So always refill the pot. Pot is the most important thing. Then you want to work towards a team mat. I know if you're going back with like 800 gold, I get it. You want, or just not even like 1,100, like 1,100 gold. Get Warhammer instead and skip the team mat. Like the team mat is super good and it's super important to get it early game. But if you can't get it in early game, it falls off. So try to farm up to it in early game. So go back with 1,200 gold and you're set for the game. But if you're low and you need to go back, sometimes you just want to get the smite if you want to gank more, or if you want to farm more, you can get the hammer to work towards working on this. But just try to pick up a team as early as possible, because it helps you clearing, it helps everything, it helps you getting isolation on everything. Yeah. After that you want to get your smite. Of course it's warrior smite you want to get. You can choose between Stalker's Blade or Skirmish Saber. Stalker's Blade became very important after they took away the slow from his W, but I get why sometimes you want to get the Skirmisher, because if they have like a Tryndamere or Graves or someone who just will duel you, you need to be able to duel them better than they can duel you. Then Skirmisher Saber is really good. And it's really good when fighting tanks, because it will make it easier, because it deals true damage, of course. So this is my favorite build, getting these lethality items. So my full build can look something like this. Of course the team mat, and the team mat is upgraded to Hydra, not the Titanic Hydra. That's for another day. Something like this. I get the cooldown boots, because with my runes this will only go up to 35% cooldown reduction. And even if cooldown reduction isn't that important, it's really nice getting your E shorter if you fail, and W, everything like that. And you go, like this item build is really good when you get ahead. It's like, it feels like playing the old Kha'Zix with just getting the one shot through, and it's really strong when you're just trying to one shot the AD carry. It has a really good power spikes when you get Duskblade Drakthar and the Jomus and the Edge of Night. But the order getting this is often just this is your early game, just getting these three items. This can even be just Ninja or Mercury Teds. Just read the game, see what you need. Then if you go back with 1,300 gold, I recommend getting a BS sword and working towards Duskblade Drakthar. But if you go back with, let's say, just 2,000 gold, not 2,000, I'm stupid, 700 gold, you can get 2 long swords. And when you go back, if you have enough for getting Straight Dirk and BS sword, get this. But if you have enough to get Jomus Ghostblade, get it, because every time you go back from the shop you want to have a power spike. And getting like buying a Jomus or buying like a Straight Dirk and BS sword, this is better. And in the early game, it can be the deciding point of the game if you're gonna win. So yeah, get this, and then work to Age of Night. Age of Night is really good if you can plan something, and it gives extra magic sheets, so that's just super. But sometimes you don't get that far ahead with Kha'Zix that you can just one-shot everybody. Then it's super stupid to go this build, because if you don't one-shot someone, you're dead, because you're super squishy. Or you need to be good at Kha'Zix too. If you don't feel like, if you're new to Kha'Zix, don't build this build. It's super, now it's going back to the heart. It's actually pretty hard to play Kha'Zix with this build, because it's super punishing if you fail. If you're new to Kha'Zix, I recommend this build. Getting the Black Cleaver, because the Black Cleaver makes you tanky, gives you movement speed. It's like everything you want. 20% cooldown reduction also. Super good. Then you can, instead of buying the cooldown boots, you can invest to defensive boots like Ninja Tiber or Mercury Ted. You get why you want to get any of this. It's just read the game. Then if they have AP, get the Maw. Or if they have a burst, take this. Often you want to get both of these and late game upgrade it to this. This will be a super good build. But if they have a lot of tanks, then you can get instead something like no, not attacking tanks, but if you need to get tanky, you can get this item. This is also a super good build, little more tanky, a little more durable, but you can still one shot, but it's a little bit harder, and you're hard to kill, so this is more easy to play, getting like these lethality items or more for experienced player. So going into runes, yes, I'm gonna say that. This is my my standard Kha'Zix runes. I don't ever change this. Sometimes people say, why don't you get 10% crew reduction? It doesn't really matter. I get why you want it. I looked up some different Kha'Zix mains, and I looked up on op.gg on the best and highest win rate. This is the highest win rate master page for Kha'Zix. It's pretty surprising. So just copy this. It's pretty easy to get. It's not that expensive too, because you don't need to invest that many on this, like the most expensive rune you can buy. Pretty standard. And for masteries, I have 2 mastery pages, and the only different is Storm Raiders or Thunderlords. And you can see, if you want me to explain, I can just explain fast. This is pretty self-explanatory. This too. 4 points with this, 1 point this, give you a little bit extra lifesteal, pretty okay. This actually gives you extra damage in the jungle, so this is super good in the jungle to clear faster. This is single target spells, your Q is a single target spell, helps you a lot in the early game clearing. Of course you take this, you're an assassin. Extremely good for assassinating. This is awesome in the jungle, because every time you step in a brush, you get this extra damage towards monsters. Even if it's only like 50 damage, it's something, especially in the early game. Sometimes you can get dangerous game in the early games, because dangerous game is really good in team fights, and Kaivo loves it because he loves to like go ham in team fights. But doesn't really matter. But this is better in the jungle. This works. Then you take precision, because even if cooldown reduction is super important on Kha'Zix, you don't really need 45% cooldown reduction, because like it only takes down your Q with like not in a half a second, like 0.2 seconds. And I don't feel it's super important, but lethality, with the lethality build, this gives you, what is it, 18 extra, no, 17 extra true damage with Dustblade, and that's pretty good for one master, giving 17 extra damage, on top getting 8.5 lethality. Oh, it scales per level. Super good. Then here is a choice. If you really love Kha'Zix, you probably know that this is all, like, it doesn't really matter. It's how you play him. This is super good if you are the type that jumps in, doesn't get the kill, and need to chase up after people, and this for the one shots. Me personally, I like the Thunderlord's Decree, because it makes me able to one shot super early. With my lethality build, it's super good to be able to always get that one shot as fast as possible. Just getting that, it's a pretty big difference of getting on 0.1 second or a 0.5 second assassination. Because in 0.5 second, if they're good, an exhaust gonna land on you and you're dead. But some mashups, like if they have a Tryndamere top lane and like a Olaf in the jungle, getting this mastery is so good, because you can almost kite them. Because if you get a Q on them, you will get the Q on auto will proc this probably. You will get the slow resistant, will make both Trynda slow and Olaf slow much less, and you can kite them. You can Q back off, and they won't be able to win against you. So this is just what you think is best. And now when I've shown you the runes, a mastery, and the item set, I'm gonna go through some jungle paths. Right now in the meta, there are 2 Kha'Zix strategies I really like to do. One where you go for the early clearing and gank after. This works extremely well when you are on the blue side and can get to red, blue, grump, and go neither top, mid, or in the jungle. You can decide this just reading the game and see how it goes. But just to start it, when you take red or blue, tell your team not to that you're not gonna smite it. This should be like obvious right now, because Kha'Zix can almost take it without taking damage. Look at this. I got help from them, even if I got a heal, but often if they have a tank support, they can even tank it for you, and that makes it super good. Then you can use your smite on the blue or grump. You can see how fast I can clear this jungle as Kha'Zix. You just want to do as I told you in the last jungle guide. You want to alt attack and back off. Kiting is super important with Kha'Zix. You can see how I do it, especially when I have red and they're slowed. It's pretty easy. And I haven't used one pot yet, not even one. And now I use my smite and I can use one pot and I will be in full HP. This is super good. And after this, I I will work into their jungle and invade. Then I will go top or mid. You can see, even this game, it will be really good going mid. But I know the jungle matchup, that Rengar is pretty fast to jungle. So I just move my way into their jungle and I get a kill. So after you saw that just video I showed you, I used my favorite technique right now, using the invading strategy. This strategy is just super efficient right now, because Kha'Zix easily is one of the fastest clearing junglers if you take... oh, this is just way too small. If you start on red, work your way over to blue, go take Grump, go over, then you have a decision, go in mid, you can go top, or you can go in the jungle. When you go to the jungle, you often just want to work your way over here, stand on this brush. If you don't see them, you can slowly walk, and if you see, they will neither be somewhere over here, taking this camp, this camp, maybe taking the Grump, or just ganking bot lane or mid lane. If you see them ganking, just start doing red. When you start doing red, they won't have the time to go here and go up and try to get it. And if you see them like walk into the jungle again, try to position it so you can kill them exactly when they come back. For example, I'm just gonna take away everything. So if they are in the ganking mid as you are standing in this brush, you can start taking red. Then as they're going back, they're probably gonna go this way. You can try to position yourself standing here, and of course you want to drop a ward here and here. And this time you should have 2 wards, so you want to drop a ward here and here, because there's probably really unlikely that this camp is taken, because it's really inefficient in the early game right now. So if you stand in this brush, you can easily kill them. I don't know any jungler that can take Kha'Zix level 4 with double buff, and if they face checking you, so this should be a free kill. Or if they take this way, you can stand exactly on this edge and try to cut the vision, so exactly when they turn the corner, you can kill them, because the second they're gonna move over here and see the camp is gone, they're just gonna be like, fuck, I leave this. Or if you're lucky, they're gonna go up here. So standing here should be even safer. Or moving yourself over and standing in this brush. But that is my favorite strategy right now. And I'm gonna show you, if you're on the other side, this works too, of course. Then it's just... fuck. There we go. Then you start on blue, and you don't smite it. And if you have a tank... support, they can often tank it. You can go over here. You often not even need to smite this, because you will have your W that heals you up, so you don't need to smite this often. Just read when you need to smite it often when you have a low HP. Don't smite, go faster. Smite when you need health in the early game, of course. Work yourself over to red. Do the same, gank top or gank mid. Or go in here, drop a ward here, and maybe go back to Scuttle, take the Scuttle, if it is gone, you just try to walk back and take the Scuttle, or try to always have eyes on the lanes if you're gonna gank there. Then take this camp, go back, this should spawn soon, and just try to make everything as efficient as possible. Right now, when jungle is so snowbally and invading super important right now, I can't stress it enough. Invading is super important. So if you see the other lane, if you see the other jungler being bot lane, you immediately walk in, take their Grump, their Wolf, their Blue, everything. Try to just steal so much from them, because XP doesn't, because the camp spawns so much later right now. So right now in the meta, invading is super important. So this is the first strategy. I'm gonna show you the second strategy right now. So now if you wanna go with the slower thing, like when you know your that this lane and this lane won't be gankable. For example, they are playing something that are automatically gonna push, or you just feel like this, I don't want to take the risk that to do early ganks, you can do the full build. And for this you need to start with Hunter's Talisman. This will make you be able to clear AoE camps much faster. And the thing with doing the fast invading trick, you don't even clear the camps that you want to, that is AoE. You only clear the single target camps, and then the the machete is much better. So if you go with the latest strategy, you go Hunter's Machete. So this is just going from here, over here, taking wolf, over here, go here, and we're taking this. Try to do a W to everyone, get the auto attack on all of the small camps, then wait for another W and get everything. Go over to red, take this over here. Depending on how good the bot lane help you, or if they even tanked for you, and you never smite of course, you will have health to gank, or you need to go to the scuttle and take it. Sometimes you can go in, it can happen that their jungle come in and want to fight with you. If you're low, just run. Kha'Zix doesn't like low fights because it's squishy. You have damage, you win in the damage department, not the tanky department. So get this, then gank top or mid. Sometimes you can actually just go through mid, take the other scuttle and gank bot lane. So this is just reading the game. In the early game it's so important just getting these objectives, and even sometimes you can, if they're slow, if they're a super slow jungler, you can even, or if they started on top lane, if they're an AP jungler, you can actually go and maybe snag their little, what's it called, grump, or look at wolf, but this probably is going to be gone, because you want to clear as much as possible, so you can go back and get that early teammate. That is so important. And after getting your teammate, it's the game of just farming, and like when you hit level 6, the game of ganking and farming becomes just so important. For example, you want to gank bot lane here, but you're level 6. So before you go there, you go here, take this, here, take this, fast bot lane, and you want to clear as fast as possible. Or if you have mana, of course, then you gank bot lane. Then maybe you work up your way up here, drop a ward here, and drop your control ward, because every time you go B, you try to get a control ward. Drop your control ward right here, because here's a little bit, it's gonna be cleared often. I like this spot. Work around here, get the gank here, then you can maybe, this is gonna be spawn again, take this, this is not spawning, this, then you can work your way around here. Now maybe you see the jungler fighting bot lane, you go directly into the jungle, taking this, take this. Or if the jungler top lane, you just as fast as possible go top and kill them. If the top laner just got killed from the jungler, you maybe just try to position yourself so you can kill the jungler, because you're Kha'Zix, level 6, you can't lose. You 1v1. So imagine your top lane just got killed here, and their jungler going back like this or back like this. Immediately here you can decide to stand here, when they face check you, you can just bam, do your Q, go alt, auto Q, easy kill. Or you can try to stand here, do the same, or you can stand here, do the same if they're going like this. This is just reading how they walk and try to position yourself to kill them. This can be pretty risky. If they're Lee Sin level 6, you can't. It's hard to duel him level 6 because he can kick you away and it's no kill. So every time you want to go invade a Lee Sin, because it's super popular right now and I fucking hate that champion, ask if he used ult, because if he doesn't have ult, easy kill. So this is how I clear the jungle. As I showed you, the important thing is that right now invading is so important. So every time you see the jungler, you can often like read where they're going, and you just want to abuse their jungle as much as possible. You just want to go in, invade, and then go back, take your own camps. Like, so I had a game like 2 days ago. I got level 16 at 25 minutes, and I had like 160 farm as a jungler, because I literally just spent my time. I held the top lane, so this lane was all free. Mid lane was free, bot was losing a little bit, but this game was locking down here, so I could farm this, everything. I could farm all the map, everything here, and I was like so strong because I could just move everywhere and one-shot everybody. So when you're getting fed with Kha'Zix, you just need to take objectives and take farm, and just, you can't beat that Kha'Zix that gets a gank here, then just goes down, get a gank here, because sometimes that works, but you won't have any farm, because maybe you go here, oh, you go B. Why go B? You can go here, take the grump, go up here, take the wolves, go here, take this, go here, take this. then you can go B. This takes like 2 minutes and you get 300 gold for this. Or just going B and just like, oh, it's so less efficient. So the thing with Kha'Zix right now is being as efficient as possible. You can't waste time on stupid things. And of course, invading is the important. I said invading so much time, but it's so important right now. That's how you win. Like when you get ahead with Kha'Zix, start invading. But I know invading is a little bit harder. In higher elo, if you're like walking in, that you knowing that their buff has spawned, have your eyes on these 2 lanes, because if you see them disappearing, you know they're going for you. So sometimes you will just take this bullshit plant, jump over, then you have a jump car if they're moving like this. And the same side on here. When you are here, if you see they're going down here, they're gonna go like this, probably like this or this. And mid lane is gonna go like this. You just run. You're not good at 2v1 or 3v1. But sometimes you should try it. If you're trying this in normal game, you should try sometime sending this brush. If they're top laner, that's not. It can't be a fed tank, but it's maybe a squishy duelist like Riven or Fiora, and they can't be like super fed. But if you're going even and you're fed, you can maybe just go on them, kill them. Because if you go out invisible, you can get auto Q, W, go into ult, auto Q. That should be enough to kill them. Then you can go on the mid lane and kill them too. This looks like a freaking mess, but it's, you get the point. Invading and working around the jungle is the important part of this. So guys, this was a little bit a different video. I think it was, yeah, this is like how I play Kha'Zix. Of course there are many different ways you can play Kha'Zix right now. I have a friend, he builds Triforce on Kha'Zix every game, and you maybe think he's a low elo player, but he was Diamond 2, has 1.2 million, shout out to you Predator, and he builds Triforce every game. So you can play Kha'Zix in really many different ways, so don't take this like the best way to play him, but it works for me, and I have climbed a lot with this. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and keep adapting.